Thanks for joining us on Transitions. My name is Antoinette. Today we are talking about motherhood. Everybody has a connection to motherhood, with our own moms or adoptive moms, or with people who have stepped into that role for whatever reason. Later in the show, we will meet Erin Boxdale, a woman who helps mothers deal with the stresses of being a new mom. We'll also learn about an Indigenous moss bag and how mothers can swaddle their babies to this traditional way. But first, Antonia Kelsey is a stay-at-home mom who made a choice to be a single parent early in life. So could you tell us a little bit about your journey here back to Manitoba and where your daughter was born?
Absolutely. I was living in California at the time and, having a little bit of trouble with my first marriage there, and just happened to fall into addiction and just realized I had become pregnant and realized I need to change because I couldn't bring a daughter into the world, being addicted to drugs and doing all sorts of things. So, yeah.
So you were in California and you moved back to Winnipeg, or was it rural Manitoba?
No, I moved back to Winnipeg. Yeah, I moved in with my father, which was really nice of him. And my sister was there to help me. And I literally sold all my stuff in California and bought myself a plane ticket and literally came with the shirt on my back to Winnipeg.
So your daughter came back here with you, of course. You decided that you were going to keep your daughter.
Absolutely.
And how about her dad? Did she have any contact at all with her dad after, or?
At first we did, and then just sort of lost contact with him. He's, doesn't really see her as a daughter right now, but we're hoping that changes.
I see. So tell us a little bit about the support that you got from your dad, and I believe there were other family members, your mom, your sister.
Yep.
What kind of supports did they give you as a single mom?
Well, when I first came back, I actually had to go to assistance and get assistance because I didn't have any money or anything like that. Yeah. No cribs, no diapers, no nothing to start off with. Yeah. So I went with them, and then my dad provided the house, and my sister provided just helping me out with. After 2 years, I said, I need to start working. I need to get myself up and working, and she helped me with just watching her if I had to go on an interview or anything like that, as well as my mom helped me with that as well. And just that family support around you that, they're there for me, and that they want to see me be successful. Yeah, definitely.
So at this point in time in your life, then your daughter must be how old?
She'll be turning 13.
Turning 13. Yeah. Oh, I see. So that tricky age for kids, eh? Yeah, becoming teenagers. So that's another transition for you, into your motherhood. And you had 2 more daughters.
I did.
And how old are those?
They're 6 and 5.
6 and 5, eh? And tell me then about what you feel was maybe lacking in the system. Like at the time, it sounds like you had really good supports. You were able to get back on your feet in terms of finding a job, and that came from you, didn't it? Like you really felt it's time to get back to work. Like where did you go to maybe get some additional skills or to overcome your addictions? Like, could you share that with our viewers?
Sure. The addictions part, I honestly, that's where the miracle comes in. I didn't go to addictions place. I actually, before I came back to Canada, I was in my apartment, and after a night of literally doing like a whole bunch of drugs, I found out I was pregnant, and I just was in the middle of the room, and I'm like, God, if there's a God, like, you need to help me, because this addiction is strong. Like, take this taste away from me, otherwise I'm gonna die, and this baby will die. In that moment, it was gone.
It was gone.
It was gone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
A real inner strength.
Yes.
Yeah, that came about.
Yeah.
And also, now, were you a religious person before? Like,
No.
before you even went to California?
No.
So you had just that moment of feeling very spiritual and
yeah, I had nothing else.
feeling
Like,
cared for.
yeah, my brother, he was actually a Christian, and he believed in God, and my mom was starting to do that as well.
Yeah.
And they must have been praying for me.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well,
but
that's excellent.
Right.
And tell me a little bit now about your. We have some where you brought in some delicious looking loaves of bread here.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a bit about what you're doing now?
Right now, what I do for kind of a side job, because I've been so used to working all my life, and right now we're a one income family, and I wanted to kind of help and support that. So the great thing is that I make this bread. It's called challah bread. It's from the Jewish community. They make it on Sabbath and other Jewish festivals. And while I make the bread for the family or any people, I actually pray while I'm kneading the bread for that family. So it's just it just helps me to, you know, people were praying for me, I get to pray for others now.
That's
so it's just sort of
wonderful.
giving back in that way.
And what area of the province are you living in now and doing this wonderful work?
Yeah, I went from a big city to a small town called Blumenort, which is about 7 minutes away from Steinbach, and I love it there.
Is that where you met your husband?
No, I met my husband here in Winnipeg when I first moved back to Winnipeg. Yeah.
That's very good. So, you know, actually a young family in a small town, I guess there are a lot of young families like yourself there. Yeah. And so you've networked with other women.
I have.
Have you had an opportunity to actually share your story with other women who might be going through situations similar to yours?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I have a women's group, a Mom's Morning Out group that I do at the community church there, where I've shared my story a few times. And then I have women who actually come to my house that, you know, who know that I would be there to listen to them and just kind of support them.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So do you have any suggestions for moms out there who are looking at, you know, they found moms to be, who maybe feel that this isn't the right time, this is maybe the worst thing that has happened to me? Do you have any words of comfort or suggestions for them?
I think in the worst situation, there can be the best beauty comes out of it. You know, I was in a bad situation with drugs and just a bad life, but came out of it was my daughter. She really gave me like a second chance, so to speak. And in the Word it says, God will give you beauty for ashes. And I really believe that He will give beauty for everybody's ashes.
So I really find a lot of inspiration from you, and I'm just so pleased that you've come in to share your new beginnings as well as, you know, the past and what you've been through as a mom. And I wish you all the best as a mom of 3, I'm sure, gorgeous girls.
Yes.
Yeah, like their mom.
Yeah. Thank you.